Maybe part of you is starting to open to love, and maybe you feel like you are available for love after doing some self reflection and some healing, and not just any kind of love, but the kind of love that feels healthy, safe, and grounded. All right. This is the kind that doesn't require you to abandon yourself just to keep someone close, especially after you've done all of your healing. But here's something that isn't talked about enough. Sometimes we don't struggle with love because we're unworthy of it. Sometimes we struggle because our nervous system doesn't recognize healthy love as safe yet. Okay. Now, if you've ever felt yourself pulled towards intense, dramatic, emotionally roller coaster relationships in the past, all right, or maybe you've met someone kind and consistent already and you have felt yourself slowly lose interest or feel restless, this is just because you and your nervous system are not accustomed to this type of healthy, grounded love. Okay. Your body might just be trying to return to what if it learned love was supposed to feel like. Okay. So your body previously learned that love is supposed to be intense and dramatic and it is supposed to hurt. Okay. And that's not normal, right? Now, I'm going to share with you how I used to view love. I used to believe love was supposed to feel intense and fast and overwhelming. I thought that it was supposed to consume me, all right? I thought that if I didn't start with fireworks, that intense, passionate love, I thought that if it wasn't intense enough, if we didn't go deep right away, that it was missing something, all right? It wasn't exciting. And through my healing journey, I've learned something that completely shifted the way I experience connection. Healthy love is not supposed to feel like fireworks, all right? It's actually meant to feel like a candle. It's supposed to be steady, warm, reliable, and quietly comforting, all right? And our brains, this is even the neuroscience of this is especially for a woman's brain, we tend to get anxious whenever we get to know someone and we want to move fast because our body, our brains feel that if we move fast, that means that we're safe. We don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to be safe if we just rush and hurry up and get to know the person. All right. But I learned to receive the kind of love that required me to retrain my nervous system. And so, usually, love feels when it's intense, right? And then it goes to calm. It feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar can feel unsafe to your nervous system. All right. But when we experience relationships, romantic or even friendships that involve unpredictability, those trauma bonds, emotional highs and lows, or intensity, our nervous system starts associating stimulation with connection. So if it's not moving fast, if it's not passionate, if it's not intense, all right, your nervous system is like, well, wait, this is not a connection then. All right. So when grounded, stable, emotionally available love shows up, it can feel confusing, right? Because it's not fast, it's not intense, it's not passionate. You're not getting those chemistry spikes that you normally get. All right, it can feel boring, it can feel suspicious, and it can feel like something is missing. All right. And it's just because your body hasn't learned that stability equals safety. All right. So, here's some signs that your nervous system isn't used to healthy love. You might notice this showing up in subtle ways like feeling more attracted to people who are inconsistent. You could lose interest when someone is emotionally available. You listen, you will feel like, oh, I want someone who's emotionally intelligent. And then when you get connected with someone who is, it could feel too boring because, again, you're accustomed to passion and intensity, all right? You could also feel anxious when someone communicates calmly instead of passionately. You can confuse emotional intensity with emotional depth. That was me. I was like, let's get to the deep conversations, right? But when you may want your relationship to escalate very quickly, all right? And that's why you do that. Feeling oddly uncomfortable when things are peaceful, all right? It doesn't mean that you're doing relationships wrong. It's just your body learned to associate love with this. Again, the chemistry spikes. Oh, we don't have chemistry. There's no passion, there's no intensity. In the beginning, you're not supposed to have that type of intensity. All right? So, if you feel like you're ready to invite healthy love into your life, one of the most supportive things you can do is gently prepare your nervous system to receive it. All right? Now, I'm going to share with you a few ways you can do this, right? First, start to practice slow living before slow love, right? Before love even is introduced back into your life. Healthy relationships grow slowly by nature because nature moves slow, all right? But if your daily life is filled with rushing, pressure, overstimulation, and urgency, your nervous system will expect love to match that speed, all right? So, one of the most powerful ways to prepare for healthy relationships actually has nothing to do with dating first. Just learn to exist without constantly rushing yourself. It might look like moving through your routines more slowly, eating without multitasking, focus just on your food. How does it taste? How does it feel in your mouth, right? That sensual pleasure. Letting conversations have natural pauses. This was a big one for me because rushing everything, allowing yourself to take time making your decisions. And when your body learns that life itself is not an emergency, it becomes much easier to allow relationships to unfold naturally instead of forcing intensity. All right. Release outcome pressure. A lot of relationship anxiety comes from silently turning every interaction into a life decision moment. You're constantly asking yourself, oh, is this the one? Is this going somewhere? Am I wasting my time? But companionship is actually meant to be playful, curious, and enjoyable. Just enjoy the moment. Don't worry about where it's going, right? When you remove the pressure of long term outcomes, your nervous system starts to relax, and so does the other person. You're not evaluating someone's potential role in your future, you're just experiencing connection in the present moment. And this is the thing, this is often what allows relationships to deepen naturally. You're just present, you're just taking it easy. We have been taught to live life on make a plan, make what's the strategy, where are we going with this? Just relax. Just relax, okay? There's no rush. All right? The third thing is to strengthen your own self-trust. One of the biggest hidden sources of relationship anxiety is the fear of choosing wrong. So we overanalyze conversations, we overperform, we hold ourselves to impossible emotional standards. But when you trust yourself, relationships start to feel dramatically calmer. And self trust sounds like trusting that you'll notice red flags, trusting that you'll honor your needs, trusting that you can walk away if something doesn't feel aligned. And when you trust yourself, relationships stop feeling like emotional risk, all right? They just start feeling like experiences you are safe to explore, all right? Because dating is gathering data. That's all it is, all right? It's gathering data. You're learning about the other person, but you're also learning about yourself, all right? Now, I want to take a little break here and let you know that if you are working on healing your nervous system and moving slower, right, through your day and in your life, I actually have a 7-day nervous system healing program. All right. I called it From Fear to Faith because often we are driven by fear in our life, fear of love, fear of moving slow, of resting. All right. I'm going to put the link below in the description for you. I also have a membership called the Soft Will Society. And what this does, it's like a play group for you to interact with other women learning how to move slow and enjoy life, all right? Super laid back, and I feel like this would be great for you to be in community with other women. All right, because studies show that when you're in community with other people with like-minded goals, then you're more likely to embody those goals and carry them out. And the goal is rest, is pleasure, is play. All right, so I'll put those links below. And to wrap this up, healthy love often comes with signs that don't feel dramatic, all right? And they actually are deeply meaningful. Things like consistency instead of unpredictability. You may have been used to unpredictable people. Calm conversations instead of emotional spikes. Remember, I said I always used to want to rush into deep conversations. Someone respecting your pace, respecting that you move slow. If someone doesn't want you to move slow, they will automatically just drift away, and that's okay. But the right people who respect your pace, they will stay. All right, feeling relaxed in someone's presence. And then when there is conflict, it feels safe and respectful. Okay, there's nothing toxic about it. And sometimes these don't feel exciting, but over time, they create connection that feels nourishing. All right. So, in closing, preparing for love, this isn't about you being perfect. All right. This is just becoming safe enough so that way when love comes, you don't feel like you have to survive it. It's something that's enjoyable, it's pleasurable. Remember, it's not a firework. Love is not meant to be a firework. It's meant to be a candle. All right, it's just supposed to just burn slowly. It's a slow burn. All right. So, this is how you can learn to heal, prepare your nervous system, right, for healthy love. And I know that you're going to magnetize whenever you're healing your nervous system, preparing your nervous system. Life begins to rearrange itself in such a way that it magnetizes pure love to you, okay? Not perfect, but pure, healthy, grounded love, all right? Thank you so much for watching, and happy Love Month.